My first experience on stage, I knew that I had to do it. I was 9 and we had our first school just a little show, and I danced, and it was the most incredible feeling ever. When you know in your soul this is what I have to do. I knew from then on I have to be on stage.
So you can't even explain, you just knew.
I just knew. I just loved it more than anything. I enjoyed it more than anything I could possibly imagine. So that's why I've always stuck through it, through the hard things. It's because I know that when I'm on stage, I experience that thrill, that rush, which makes everything worth it, really. Yeah.
And then feeling like you're on top of this whole crowd is so amazing, and the feeling is so lovely. And I think that has really shaped me as a person in the world, because I'm able to though even the way that I move my body and the way that my body has now been made because I did dance for 14 years, I think it's really helped me become who I am. And I owe a lot to the sport, but also it took a lot away from me.
Coming to ballet, I was that little girl who was just so in awe, and I got broken in my first year of vocational training. My teacher was very unkind to me. She picked on me. That created a lot of scars, mentally and emotionally, that really upset me. And that's why I was I was crying on my phone to my mum. I was when I was 11. Imagine moving away and you're doing this training and you're just crying every day because your teacher's not just you're trying to do something difficult, but your teacher's also picking on you. So obviously you feel like there's something wrong with you, and that's very difficult. And I was that little girl who just loved to dance, and I got broken like that.
I think that really made me so anxious about performing, because I always thought people were criticizing me and were their eyes were all on me, and it was a horrible feeling. And then I think that carried on throughout my life until I stopped. And now I really struggle standing in front, up in front of people and performing or doing a talk. I would shake and it would be really horrible. But I think it did play a part in my anxiety, and definitely in lots of different factors, not even just social, mentally, and just obviously body image and that kind of stuff, definitely.
I've never decided, I've never been I want to stop, ever. I'm not a quitter, and I will continue with something no matter how difficult it's been, because it has been so tough, but I want to be that person that sticks through to it.
I think it kind of upset me that I had to stop, because I did love it so much, and I had just bought new point shoes and I was so excited to use them. And sometimes I go home and I put them on, and I go around my kitchen with them on, and I think, oh, I could have continued if I didn't stop. I wish I kind of just plucked up the courage and just carried on going. But I think I recognise now that it was better for me to stop. But I don't know, I think I'm a bit sad. I'm still a bit sad when I see people doing it. But I don't know, it's just the way life is, and I have to kind of take care of myself before anything else.
It's such a big part of me, being a dancer is who I am. No, I'm never going to stop. Whatever issues, however hard it is, that can be fixed, because if I'm going through a difficult time physically, mentally, that can be fixed, so that I can have that same experience that I had when I was 9 on that stage, absolutely loving it. I will not stop.
I was in a hard situation at home, I was in a hard situation in my own identity and that kind of stuff. And I think the overall stress that I was putting myself through, and the way that my body developed I had a mentality where I wouldn't even recognize myself in the mirror. I look back on pictures and I was completely different to what I imagined myself in that moment. And I think that kind of made me go, okay, I need to stop doing this, because I think it's going to create something really bad, and I didn't want it to go down that pipeline that I'd seen loads of other girls go down. And that was kind of the stop for me. I was like, okay, I need to stop and I need to try and look after myself rather than carrying on.
Be supportive of yourself, be kind to yourself. I think it's very, this hustle culture, like, if I do, if only I'm better, if only I do more and get more, I'm going to be more successful, I'm going to get more things I'm going to do. But, work really hard and do everything you can, but just know that, there's a lot more out of your control than you think. And don't let that put you down, but just let it, calm you in that, I've done everything I can, and, if they want me, they want me. If not, I'll go somewhere else. I'll do something else where they do want me. Yeah.